Tony's like fully like doing the lights.
Why
at,
is he like, he's like below
play.
the line.
He's an IATSE.
Dolls. We're back. Back in the stew once again. Tony's here.
Tony's back.
But
avoiding us.
He honestly prefers to be behind the camera, I'm realizing. When given the opportunity to identify as above the line or below the line on the call sheet, he goes below the line.
Mango's very above the line.
Mango's definitely above the line. True on-camera talent.
I felt honored because earlier I said, Tony, come here, and he actually came to me.
I know, I was shocked.
And he leapt into my lap, and then he said, never mind.
And then I think you squeezed him a little too close, and then he was like, I'm fucking out.
I need him. I need to give a shout out to Who Weekly. I went to their show last night, and it was so funny.
They're the best.
And I would suggest, this is not a paid endorsement, I suggest if you can see them, because I was literally cry. And I saw Queen Michelle Collins.
Yeah.
We
stand. I have to give a shout out to getting old because it's happening to me. I'm in a place of heave-ho.
Why?
Remember how I kind of like tweaked my calf muscle like a week ago?
Vaguely.
I
do remember
thought that I was getting a little better even though it was sore, and then today on the way to a workout class like kind of broke into a light run to get there on time and fully heard like a snap or felt like a snap, and I've like seriously pulled my calf muscle.
Damn.
I know. So I'm in a place of hobbling. Right before the rave too.
Girl, you should just go.
If you see me at the rave and I'm not dancing, but I'm just like sitting and shoulder dancing, it's literally because I cannot. I'm immobilized and my calf muscle will tear if I like dance.
You're going to be Jessie J showing up to that VMAs with crutches.
Yeah.
Bedazzled crutches. It'll probably be okay by tomorrow.
I don't think so.
We'll just, I guess, stretch tonight.
Yeah, it's a rice situation. I mean, I'll go, of course, but
when I get to the club,
I might be a little bit more stationary than I normally would be in that situation.
Be 6'5" buddy girl.
I was like, I need to get one of those scooters that you just put your knee on, like your bum leg, and then you just scoot around.
But I wanted us to have that moment where we're going.
I know. Well, I want it too, but literally,
if you don't,
there are certain moves.
You have to show up.
What?
You have to show up.
I'm obviously showing up.
Okay.
I'm not showing up. I'm just warning people.
And we have to go shopping tomorrow.
I know.
I'll pull you on a scooter.
I need to be pulled in like a red wagon. I'm in a place of child.
I'll pull you on you need to have one of those like supermarket electric scooters.
I know. So pray for me.
I pray for you. Getting old is hard.
I know.
I have to say, it's been, I don't know if it's psychological, but lately there's like a lag before I piss.
Is that a getting old thing?
Yeah. For men.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Like I was with a mutual friend of ours last night who's a little older than me, and he was like, damn, it takes me forever to piss. And I was like,
to start the stream?
Not like crazy, just I've noticed like, oh, this is 30s. Have you ever seen like movies where a guy, it takes men when you're a little older, I think like prostate, stuff like that. Yes. It's a thing.
Interesting.
Do you not believe me?
No, I do believe you. I trust you know your own dick and the piss flow out of it. But I'm just thinking like, it's interesting because you pee so much that I would think that it would be like immediate.
It might be shy.
You pee with a sense of immediacy.
It might be shy because maybe it only is happening when I'm in public. I'm gonna do an experiment.
Yeah, I would keep an eye on things.
Because I'm like, why have I all of a sudden? Because I've never been a shy peer.
No.
And now I'm sort of like, why have I become so modest?
Stage fright.
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe.
I'll monitor and
please monitor and please keep us all updated. We are on the edge of our seats waiting for the Piss Chronicles.
I have my LASIK scheduled.
That's very exciting.
It's official. I'm doing it. I'm a little scared now, but I think it'll be okay.
Yeah, it'll be good. What's the recovery time?
A day. And then you have to drops for like kind of a month. Mm-hmm. And I have to wear goggles at night for a week.
That's not bad. How long does the surgery last?
20 minutes.
Wow. Do you go get put under for the surgery?
No, they're going to give me something to relax.
Like probably Valium or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I told them I'm sober and they said it's fine. Like we have stuff that's like not triggering. So, but yeah, the doctor I went to said he's done 70,000 procedures and no one's gone
blind.
Yeah. Watch this, me.
Please no. That would be really devastating.
If I went blind.
For so many reasons.
Laura's like, we just got this new studio.
I know, things are really looking up and then Carey goes blind.
You'd be like, well, fuck.
But I guess you just have to be a blind podcaster then.
It'd be maybe good for the lore.
Maybe. I don't know though.
I don't want to go blind.
I don't think you would view. I don't want
to go blind.
I don't think you would view it that way.
No, I'm just saying. I'm trying to find the lemonade out of a really bitter lemon, and I think I would.
I would prefer you to have just great eyesight post LASIK and a very speedy, easy recovery
for the business aspect.
For the business side and as your friend.
Yeah.
It's on both sides. Both versions of me want that for you. So stay tuned.
Am I a valued member of this business?
Watch the space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready though.
And do you not have to wear contacts ever again or glasses?
I think when I'm like 50, they said I'll probably have to start wearing reading glasses, but I would take wearing reading glasses when I read over like being impaired.
Yeah.
Which I am now. Like it's so bad now. Like I'm taking the risk. It's most of my life has been spent with like a visual handicap.
Yeah.
And I can't do it anymore. I simply can't, and I'll save money because I won't have to pay for contacts. I want to call the nice Mormon people that run 1-800-CONTACTS and be like, hey, can you actually ship something right now and I'll pay the extra $100? You know what I mean? It'll be a real win-win.
No, it's a load off. I believe in investing in that kind of stuff.
It's a full load.
It's a full load.
We didn't do a full Low-Timber recap.
Yeah, so where did you land? Did you meet your quota?
10. I think I'm at officially 10.
Okay, good. Congratulations.
Thank you. What about you?
I stayed at 0. My estimated load count remained exactly what is thought.
I'm proud of you.
Me too.
You remained.
Low-Timber is about others, not me. It's a month where I become a martyr to the loads of those around me.
You're a saint.
Yeah.
Saint Lara.
I'm the patron saint of loads.
Saint Lara of Melrose. You are the patron saint of loads. Yeah.
Yeah.
The agony and ecstasy of Lara. Well, speaking of, this man's not having a good Low-Timber, a Load-tober.
This man came across my For You page.
How?
I don't know what I did.
We were in like health stuff.
Yeah, but this is something different. Okay. This is also kind of just where we're at culturally as a country. Like this man represents all of it, and so I need to others to bear witness to what I've been forced to behold.
Let's do it.
So I'm going through absolute terror right now. I was trying to get a STD test for all STDs, anything I could possibly get. Still going through this jock itch ringworm thing. And, I look at pictures online and it just looks like ringworm. It looks like ringworm, jock itch. There's odor, it's the same old thing. I'm putting treatment all over it, jock itch spray, jock itch cream, and then this Amazon cream that's considerably more potent. But this is causing absolute terror because I think it was like my shell. I had this fungal shell that's been holding for 20 years. And cleaning it all up is creating all sorts of paranoia. And the big being, that I somehow got HIV or any of the other big STDs. And, I just tried to push to the STD clinic to get tested, and it was terrifying. I don't know how to describe it. I started thinking if I get an STD test, I'm more, and come up clear of everything, I'm more likely to get an STD down the road because, then I think all these women with STDs are going to show up and I'm not going to be able to resist them. And then I'll catch a bunch of STDs. So I'm being really cautious. I want to get that STD test, but it's extremely difficult. I didn't expect that much terror when trying to just push through to get a simple STD test. I am hired full-time at Goodwill. Orientation starts on Wednesday. I was trying to get everything cleaned up in the meantime.
At Goodwill.
And I was going to have this thing clear before going in there. But how much terror that was, I may have to wait. I should, because it's a full-time job, or at least I think it's a full-time job. I may get medical benefits, and then I can use those medical benefits for any health problems that may be an issue. I figured, if I had a big STD, it must flag some kind of alarm. They don't just shoo you away, because I've been to multiple doctors over this jock itch, and I've shown them the rash and gotten treatment options. I've done that 10 times. So suddenly thinking it's AIDS, it's really scary. And because I've been to so many doctors regarding this very issue, they probably would have mentioned if it in any way resembled the HIV rash. So anyway, that's what I'm going through now. I'm at the Moody Center in Austin, and I was trying to go down to the STD clinic, but it's too difficult.
What the fuck is it? Okay.
So I don't know what's going. I think this man has mental problems, and he has a lot of problems. But
Wait.
Let's go to his profile, because then I got really invested
Can I
in
just
his
ask
journey.
one question? What is a fungal shell?
I don't know.
Did he say ringworm has an odor?
I think jock itch and ringworm and fungal infections have an odor.
And he's so terrified to get an STD. I'm like, this is why hetero people like
This man says he's had a rash for 20 years, and then so I then was like, what is this man's story? Like, I really need to know. And then I went on a deep dive of his profile, and he's had this rash for 20 years. He slept with a woman, got the rash. He's been fighting it on and off. He now has a job at Goodwill.
Okay.
And he needs to get his rash taken care of before he can interact with clothes, so he says. But he's having trouble paying for his rash test and rash treatment and STD test.
Why is he
and
so
his
afraid
mom won't give him money. But he also is a content creator on TikTok. He has like 60,000 followers. So I think he's also like monetizing this journey, and all of his videos are him, I think, talking mostly about his rash.
Wait, why is there such terror at getting STD tests?
I think that's just part of his own lore.
Has he he probably
I think
has
he's
never
a little not right in the head.
Yeah, but it sounds like he hasn't gotten an STD test in like 20 years.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to have orientation tomorrow, but I can't get a medical evaluation to see if this rash is a problem or not. And I've exhausted all avenues. I can't do anything. I emailed my mom saying, I got this job offer, but I need this rash inspected by a physician before I can go in there. She responded at first saying congratulations on the job, but then refused to allow for a simple physical for me to get a rash inspected before I work a job that involves handling other people's clothing. So this has to get resolved somehow. I'm back to yelling on the side of the road because I can't do anything. I can't get through to a simple employment because I can't get any sort of a physical or medical evaluation done. And this is, I've been all over the city trying to fix this. And it's
certainly
impossible. What am I supposed to do to have a simple rash inspected before working a job
go
that
to the
involves
LGBT
handling
center.
other people's clothes? I'm still I'm doing everything I can to work and not have to hustle for money. And I'm making a few bucks on here as a content creator, which I just trained myself completely how to do. But so many people are yelling at me to get a job on here that I'm just like applying everywhere to get a job. But that's not doing any good because I can't get fucking medical evaluation before getting the fucking job.
Oh.
So that's where I am. You guys need to lighten the fuck up, and I'm getting to a medical evaluation as soon as I can. Anyway, thank you.
Okay, I have a.
Okay.
I just have one thing to say. Mm-hmm. We could have walked past this man in Austin.
I know. I was thinking of him.
I'm chilled to the bone.
Okay, so part of me, once I watched that video, I was like, okay, this man is struggling, and he has mental issues, perhaps some substance abuse issues. He's struggled with getting a job, and I think that he doesn't necessarily, he wants a job, but he doesn't necessarily want a job, because I don't think you actually have to get a rash looked at before you start working.
It's
somewhere.
also,
you're not going to disrobe and re-robe. You're just handling things. Like, you can wear gloves. So that seems a bit of an excuse to me to not go to work at Goodwill.
He's also just like roaming the streets of Austin looking for an STD. It's like literally
at night.
You can go get a free STD test.
I know.
Like, it's so easy.
I'm hearing a lot of
STD.
excuses.
Yeah.
And not a lot of like action.
I'm hearing a lot of mummy help me.
I think that his mom has had a bit of enough. So let's see what the most recent update is.
While I'm on the whole medical kick, because I can't get to a hospital still, I went to orientation. I was there all day. I'm seeing if I get benefits. If I get benefits,
ooh, this
I
is
can
good.
go to the hospital with the benefits. This is the absurd situation I'm in. So that's where I am. I forgot I have these moles on my back that I don't know if those are bad or not.
No, that's not a bad mole.
About them.
I think he's a little
There's one in the
Munchausen.
center that I may not be able to get footage of, but they've been there my entire life, and apparently, if they turn purple, that like turns into skin cancer.
He's fine.
To get them checked.
He's a little
The
dramatic.
moles are okay.
Stuck, completely stuck. I'm seeing when my first day at Goodwill is, my first actual paycheck day, and going from there.
Have you thought
I
about
don't
seeing
know
a
if I got paid for
psychiatrist?
orientation. I'm making a few bucks here on TikTok. One of my last videos did pretty well.
Yep. That's the one I saw. That's what sucked me in.
It's going, I know there's ways to advance on TikTok to make more money, product placement and advertising and stuff like that. I haven't quite gotten into it yet. I've seen a few.
He's literally
videos about
Nolan
it. I'm trying
Emmerich,
to
that
get there. I
actor.
was waiting.
If you
my
saw his face, you'd
still
know.
Oh, yeah.
has These little bumps on it.
Okay, that's like a little
I'm just gonna keep
vitiligo.
uploading whatever I'm thinking or doing that day until all this clears, and you'll have all my back videos to go through. But my intention is, I'm going to completely clean up from being on the side of the road and show every single step.
He was homeless, so now he's like getting his shit together.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So he now has he has his own place.
I think he is like at like an extended stay suite situation, which is better than being on the street. But I'm just like, I'm now like incredibly invested in his journey.
This is America.
This is America at its finest. Is like
A man.
you struggle to get any basic health care. You struggle to get a job.
Mental
You're
health
literally
care.
screaming on the side of the road, but you have 60,000 TikTok followers who are like both invested in your journey from like an ironic perspective,
And yelling at you.
Some who care and some who just want to shit on you. But ultimately, you're like you have a better chance of becoming like a content creator
This is unbelievable.
than like going to a doctor and just getting the rash taken care of.
It would. Yeah, it's almost performance art. How
It is. It's like avant-garde.
It's avant-garde to just simply act like it's impossible to get an STD test. Like, it's literally, I guess, as like a woman or like a queer person, we're just so used to like upkeep with that stuff. So I think a man being like, I don't know how to do it. It's just very funny to me. Like a straight man just being like, help me, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, if you don't have money and you don't live close to somewhere,
True.
and it takes like driving or walking far, and like you can't.
That's true. I'm coming from a place of privilege.
So
this is wild. I'd
Wild.
like to know what a fungal shell is. Do I want to know?
I would love.
That feels like cordyceps.
I would love for a brand to get involved with him or an advertiser, because I would love to see like what partnerships could be at play for this man. And I honestly think that maybe some sort of cortisone cream or
antibiotic. Just get on like a good round of penicillin.
This is where like big pharma should start advertising with like mentally ill people on social media, is like they are like, we can treat your fungal shell. We can also give you some Wellbutrin or Lexapro. And like there's a huge opportunity for big pharma to capitalize off of he is only one of millions of deeply mentally unwell people on TikTok specifically. And I really think that there's like a missed opportunity to be connecting these people with with big pharma.
Okay.
I would love to just start a company that is like linking everyone.
So it sounds like he has thrush. He has a yeast buildup. He has ringworm. I mean, look, I really hope this job gives him some benefits and he can get some like decent health care. And like,
I know, but I
hope
think
that they can maybe suggest that he goes to like a counselor or something. Cause I really am praying for this man.
I know. I think the benefits, unfortunately, in most jobs don't kick in for months, because then otherwise you would just have people like getting a job to get health benefits in 24 hours and then going to the doctor and then quitting the job. So I think you do, unfortunately, in America, have to wait at least 90 days.
But in that meantime, my prayers for him is that he at least finds like one of those mobile STD testing clinics that are in like a van that are outside of like bars and stuff. Have you seen those in like WeHo?
Yeah, but I don't know if that's Texas. I don't know if Texas operates in that way.
True.
I'm just like very invested in this man. I just really would love someone to like helicopter in and like abduct him and give him the testing he needs.
I want him to get tested. I want him to get on antibiotics. I want him to get, some skincare and go to a therapist.
I know, but unfortunately, all those things cost a lot of money.
Well, maybe if he monetizes enough.
And that's why everyone needs to follow this guy, because he needs money to go get help.
I want like Tata Harper to like send him like an influencer box,
like a clean beauty brand to get involved. I'm telling you, like, I feel like who even like has scruples anymore from a branding perspective? Like, isn't awareness just good in general? Like, I feel like brands should start showering this man with like skincare.
We're past the point of
who cares? Like, just fucking send him gifts.
We're past the point of like shame in this country, and
might as well just get it out there.
The pretenses of America being like upholding some sort of more like we have honestly never really had that, and I think now it's especially now, and I think you're right. Like, let's get Amex in there sponsoring him, or like, like let him be like the face of like an airline. I'm serious.
Yeah, I'm just thinking from a perspective of like, I don't know if he can get a credit card company unless they just like give him a lump sum. Amex is like, we'll sponsor you, we'll give you a card, but you have to pay for it, and they thrust him into like grave amounts of debt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking more like beauty products, lifestyle.
Yeah, like maybe
I would love for him to become like an influencer at the level of like Elsa Hosk or like Hailey Bieber.
Yeah, like I want Whole Foods started in Austin, so maybe like he can get like fresh produce, like learning to like, on like a new routine of nutrition, and like that would be cool. Becomes like a Whole Foods spokesperson. Love that.
Yeah. This is a great opportunity for goodwill. I mean, this is like just organic, evergreen content. user-generated content for Goodwill.
So you're staying with this man?
I'm going to stay with him.
Okay. I'm literally
Come hell or high water. Like, I'm just hoping. I'm glad that he made it to his orientation.
Me too.
That was really important.
Where was he, like, at a movie theater?
I think he's just roaming.
Okay.
He's just in the streets.
All right. Well, I mean, he has nice headphones. I really hope he gets the antibiotic he needs.
I know.
That's all I want from him.
Next step is like, we just need him, Joe.
Who's he following?
Who is he following? I think like kind of just random.
Okay.
I need him to just continue on the path of like his job, but then also I think it's really good that he's
Barstool.
Yeah.
Get Barstool in there. I hate them, but like let them help him out.
Give him a podcast.
CNN.
He loves to talk. Ferrari.
Okay.
Things are happening for him. So just stay the course, my brother, and maybe someday
Brother in Christ.
My brother in Christ, maybe someday you'll be lucky enough to just get a blood test.
Well, I guess.
Well, we need to talk about Jax and Brittany's divorce.
Yeah, let's talk about the Cartwright Cauchy entanglement. Jax Taylor clarifies he and Brittany Cartwright have, quote, already long resolved custody issues amid ongoing divorce battle. So new information has come out that Jax, the way they filed for like in the child support paperwork, he listed some things that when made public confused people, it seems.
Mm-hmm. He gave a statement to people, thank God, and via his rep that said Jax and Brittany have already long resolved all matters related to custody of Cruz and will continue to work together privately for the best interest of their son, which remains their overriding concern. While Jax made errors in filling out forms that are usually done by trained legal professionals, those errors will be amended without delay. The errors the statement referred to were Jax's September 26th response to Brittany's divorce filing, where she requested primary custody of their 3-year-old.
In his response, Jax incorrectly said that he and Brittany were not legally married. Weird. We all fucking know they got married. The timeline of the relationship was also incorrect. He also checked the box indicating, quote, other when it came to determining child support, leading to some confusion.
But he said that they've previously figured out Cruz's custody arrangements.
He didn't know how long they've been together.
He doesn't know anything.
Is he doing that just to like irk her, or is he just stupid?
I think he's an idiot.
He's like, well, I guess we've been together since what? When did we first sexed? Maybe 2014? Is that how long they've been together?
Who knows? They, so I guess he put like they wanted a dissolution of marriage or some. He basically said like she gets all legal and physical custody and insinuated that they were not necessarily legally married, and I guess like was signing over like the house rights to her or something like that, and it was just confusing.
He wants out.
Yeah, but I think he also like doesn't. I'm like, he either is being calculated or
stupid.
Yeah.
Wait, they didn't legally get married. I thought they got married at that castle.
You can get married, but you have to like legally sign a paperwork and stuff.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. But if you just never turn that in, I think like you're not legally married.
Well,
that's what happened to Tom and Katie. Remember, they were married and then they weren't legally married because they couldn't.
That should have been
mail
an omen.
I mean, honey, the omen came like that was like 10 years after the first omen. Yeah.
Damn. Well,
so
I
feel like Brittany's writing all of these statements that are being released through Jax's rep.
So Jax recently revealed he has bipolar disorder.
He's bipolar and a narcissist. Who isn't?
He was diagnosed as a narcissist.
He says he discovered that.
Well, he discovered that in 2024.
He discovered that in 2024 at the like rehab that he went to.
Did he go to Meadows?
I wish. I don't know. I'm sure we'll find out.
You know what? I bet Rachel's a narcissist too.
I mean, I think we all are to some extent.
No.
Some more than others.
I think that's true. I think we all have but he's like a malignant narcissist.
I can't wait.
Not going to diagnose.
To see this next season of The Valley.
Oh, me too.
It's going to be, this is everything I want.
Did you see Michelle? Is that the one that was with, I like already forgot their names. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see that TikTok where she was like crying in the car and she was like, that feeling when co-parenting and she was just like weeping? That made me like.
Yeah, she has a rough fucking road ahead of her.
Yeah.
Everyone has made horrible choices and is now experiencing the fallout of what it means to have a child with someone that is not right for them.
But when I saw her crying in the car, I went, oh, I can't wait for this new season.
I know, it's going to be so good. It's the best show on TV.
She was like so hot and like had him completely broken and I loved it.
She destroyed him, but the thing is, a man like that will eventually destroy you, especially if you have a child together.
And especially if that child's a daughter.
Yeah. I mean, you can destroy for a little bit, but like if there's a kid involved, believe me, that man will always destroy right back.
Destroy everything you touch.
There is nothing stopping you, and your destruction will only be a momentary blip on the radar of the wider and longer hell that your ex will reap.
Why?
Because they can.
What if her ex was that guy with the rash? Would you take Jesse over him?
Yeah. Oh, I would take Jesse over most people.
I still am like shaken by the men's rights activist summit at Big Bear.
I loved it. And they go, they never do.
And they never do.
They never do.
I guess the only couple that's happy is Janet and husband.
What's his face? And maybe
lawyer
Danny and Nia. But that's Nia's managing that situation.
She is full-time. She's fucking stage mom with him.
Mm-hmm.
She is holding the seams together with
barely
Scotch tape.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I am worried.
Yeah. But only time will tell.
Who can say where the road goes? Only time. All right. So let's get into the reason for the season. The season 5. I'm Carey.
I'm Lara.
You're listening to Sexy Unique
Podcast.
Salty Utah Queens.
Fungal shell.
Oh. For some reason, I imagine like a pasta shell.
I know.
With like cheese in it. Disgusting.
Disgusting.
So this is the big Milwaukee trip. The Whitney Rose Guide to Wisconsin.
Whitney is Milwaukee bound.
The Wild Rose packs.
She's packing, talking to Justin. She goes, I am just trying to find something pink, Milwaukee-esque, drag-esque.
Drag-esque.
I would argue that everything she wears is drag-esque.
Can I say, she tore with this trip.
Yeah.
The rooms are nice. I was like, Whitney, you did a good job.
The accommodations are A+.
I'd say
a private jet to the spa is really nice. But I think it's also not hard to ball in Milwaukee. I think the US dollar goes far in a place like Milwaukee.
But it is like, if you're going to go to the Midwest in the middle of winter, might as well ball out a little.
And it looks not so cold there.
It looks colder in Utah.
Yeah. Meredith and Seth chat.
Meredith goes, Whitney wants us all to go to Milwaukee.
And Seth says, Whitney is like high school algebra. Pay no attention to her. And I was like, Whitney's more like a basic subtraction and addition. Forced to learn it, but refused to remember.
Mm-hmm. Mary calls Whitney and she goes, I want to let you know I'm going to go to Milwaukee by myself. She goes, I know you've got a private plane for all 19 of you, but I need to do this on my own.
I respect that.
I do too. And Wild Rose goes, anyone else but you, Mary. I'd be like, no, you can't. You have to come with us. But with you, I support it.
Mary has her own entire way of existing in the world and doing things. And I'm glad that she's letting us all in on the way things work for her.
I think she's medicated. I think she's on a good cocktail right now, and I think it's really stabilized her because she feels way more like in reality. I think her husband's not there.
I think that getting away from him is a big bonus.
I think maybe I'm going to just in my head say that she's gotten on like some antidepressants or some kind of mood stabilizer, and she feels friendlier, warmer, more tethered to this plane.
I mean, totally. Sometimes all it takes is just getting out of a bad relationship to really like give a girl a reset.
And I like Whitney going, "Oh, Mary."
Classically Mary. Bronwyn is packing in her own closet, which I've decided her house has way too many colors, but I respect her doing what she needs to do and getting her old ass husband in a tiny little sweater and propping him up to film with her.
He was giving Did you see Jimmy Carter on his 100th birthday?
Wheeling him out.
That's Bronwyn's husband watching her pack.
We have taglines finally. Mary's is, God is my shepherd and you all look like sheep.
She really, really tore.
Yeah.
Heather's is, of course, the screenshots, receipts.
Blah, blah.
I've moved on as a society. I think we've moved on.
I'll never move on from Von Teese.
Not from Von Teese, but from...
I have moved on from Heather being like the boss of everyone.
Yeah.
Whitney's is, on my healing journey, I always fly first class, which makes no sense, but is right for her. And then Lisa Barlow's is, tequila is my livelihood. And then something else top shelf. But I was like, tequila is my livelihood? Tequila is my livelihood, my raison d'etre.
On my healing journey, I always fly Delta Comfort.
Delta One.
Like, what?
Nah, doesn't add up.
For some reason, I feel like forgot that Mary was in, like, holding a snowflake.
Yeah, she's back full time.
No, I'm so happy that she's
Me too.
almost center.
She's an essential worker.
Henji K packs, and gay husband comes in and he goes, looks like you're getting ready to leave. And I'm like...
Observant.
But I'm like, he's firing up that...
Oh, yeah, he's firing
apps.
up Grinder. Yeah. She tells Sean, she like shows him her outfit. She's like gonna go full Greek vibes because Milwaukee is like, there's a lot of Greek people up in that zone of the United States. Specifically
for their basketball team, there's like a really good player called the Greek Freak, and he's a Greek man who's really hot. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
But there's like in Michigan, Wisconsin, there's like a large Greek community. So she's gonna like let her like, Greek freak flag fly.
She's packing like a month's worth of clothes for 48 hours, which I'm obsessed with.
Yeah, I like that.
She also mentions, I love how she keeps saying the brow girl. There's a brow girl that she works with who is exposed Jared Osmond for being a fuckboy.
I literally, when she said, because she goes to Sean, she goes, so my brow girl is getting flirty DMs from Jared Osmond. And I thought she said my brown girl. And I was like, Henji. It just kept sounding like that to me. And I was like, my goodness, lady.
Things are different in Salt Lake.
But then it was a brow girl, thank fucking God.
But brow girl gate is, she's revealing Jared to be like, he's non-committal. He's like not serious about Brittany. She's in a Joe Schwartz relationship. Absolutely.
But why is Jared like the most desirable man in Salt Lake City? Because
I think the Osmonds mean a lot to this community. And I think his direct relation to them, people, a little bit of fame.
Playboy of SLC.
He is kind of hot. I like his...
He's like Warren Beatty to these people.
I like it. I think a little bit of fame goes a long way in certain places. I think people like if you have a name, it doesn't matter if it's so random. If you have a name, people's brains turn to mush. It's true. It's true.
We should change our last names.
We're the Osmond brother and sister duo.
To just like be last name adjacent to some famous people. and in Salt Lake, clean the fuck up. You could literally say your name is like Carey Kennedy.
There is a Carey Kennedy.
Really? Actually, I don't know if
RFKs.
SLC people care about the Kennedys.
I think the Kennedy name maybe now is a little tarnished.
I'm trying to think
Carey
of like...
Schlossberg. Oh, by the way, Shana Tova to our Jewish readers. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Carey Schlossberg.
I don't know if that moves the needle for SLC. You have to be like a niche, like
Carey,
truly random.
Carey Young. Brigham Young. Carey Smith.
Too generic though.
Girl, Carey Brigham Young. Carey, who's a famous... Carey Romney.
Is he Mormon?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that'll take you really far. Carey Romney, and it's also a strong name.
He's
You've
my
hit the nail on the
problematic. I
head.
would...
He's hot.
Yeah, I'd let him.
There's no way around it. It's 4 a.m. at the private airport, and the girls have gotten there and are ready to take off.
I love them all. I love them all arriving with their drivers, escorting them in. I'm like, God, they've elevated.
Bronwyn arrives, and
Oh wait, first we have to reveal what the text, the DMs to Brow Girl. Henji shows screenshots, and it's so cringe Gen X sexting. It's very like Alive Girl. She's like, he responds to a photo of this girl just like out and about, and he goes, "Oh, you are so fun, ... And then she wrote, "I'm more fun in person," or something.
she goes, I can be a handful.
And he goes, "Ha ha ha, show me." But I love, "Oh, you are so fun."
It's really like you've given an old man a phone and too much freedom with it.
We've arrived now at Provo Private Airfield.
The amount of like boarding school kids this airfield has seen, this is like a prime area to like traffic children in and out of the like troubled youth system, I'm sure.
Paris is probably touched down
You
there.
probably touched down there as like a rich troubled kid, and you saw like the housewives filming and getting on. Meanwhile, you're about to go get trafficked and like abused for the next 2 years of your life at like a lockdown facility. Enjoy. Bronwyn's irritated at Lisa. She feels like she did not have her back. Lisa goes,
Wait.
what? It's true.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir. Have so much fun. See you on the other side if you survive. You make it out. You go to one of those. I tell you what, you end up like Joe on the side of the road screaming about your fucking fungal shell.
You either end up hosting a podcast or you end up...
Hosting a podcast is the best case
No,
scenario.
I know. I'm saying the two extremes are
you're
a success.
you're screaming about your fungal shell on TikTok. That's really like, or you're dead.
Or
you're
missing.
just killed. Yeah.
You changed identity.
Yeah.
Do you think any of them ever escaped and went missing and changed their identity and like moved to another country?
TBD. The students?
The ones that, because I know there's like a decent amount that have gone missing, right? Or do you think
I think probably they're dead in the woods. But I hope that they survived and lived like a great life afterwards. But I think many that go missing are probably gone forever.
Do you think they were...
I mean, if you can just die in the woods.
I know, but do you think any of them were...
What, murdered? I don't know. I mean, maybe if you go in the woods and you meet a murderer in the woods by accident and they murder you, that could be one way to go.
That's true. Mm-hmm. If you meet a murderer in the woods, you may die.
If you meet someone that wants to kill kids.
I meant more like...
By staff?
Yeah.
Anything's possible. That's the great news.
So...
Bronwyn is giving one-word answers to Lisa Barlow.
Lisa's very me when I know someone's mad at me. Just being like, "Hey, Bronwyn."
Hey, I was like, oh my God, I thought she was like not coming.
Bronwyn's mad because she didn't feel like Lisa had her back at ropes course, which I think Lisa was just making a point. I don't really think Bronwyn has a leg to stand on, honestly.
Me neither.
I think Bronwyn's being a little bit of a brat.
I think also she's trying to like do something.
She's being a little Von Teese in this moment, I gotta say.
Meredith swans in. She goes, good morning.
Everyone goes, yay. I do like Whitney's impression of Meredith. She sent her a text going, Whitney, I've moved plans around and will be able to attend Milwaukee. XX.
And they all get on the PJ and drink mimosas, and there's caviar, which I was like, that's yummy.
Mary arrives in Milwaukee and she goes, I'm excited to be in Milwaukee. My dad is from Milwaukee. You know, he actually lived a block away from Jeffrey Dahmer. And every day he would go to work and he would go, what's that smell? And then one day he drove by and saw Jeffrey Dahmer getting arrested. And he realized, oh, it's because he was killing people. I was like...
Mary's lore is unmatched. If this is even true, I could see this being completely untrue. I believe it.
I'm choosing to believe it, but she is so interesting to me. I've never heard her get this raw about real things.
What a history.
Her first talking about her mom choosing men over her kids, then talking about her dad being adjacent to a serial killer.
Mary's on a bit of a healing journey.
She is.
All the other women,
how old is Mary?
Unclear, ageless. All the other women touch down. They gather in like a big van to take them to the residence that they're staying in. And you just hear Henji go, where are the mountains?
They're all so excited. Heather is like giddy on the plane. She goes, there's the tower.
What tower?
I don't know. They arrive at the Kin
guest house. Maylee never fails to surprise me. Like, I truly forget about her, and then I see her and I'm like, who is that? And then it's Maylee.
She and her husband are hot.
She's coming into the mix though. She's finally like more in the mix and speaking in a way that will allow me to like remember who she is next episode, I think.
Whitney goes, I'm so excited that Melee is here. I've been friends with her since college and she is one badass chick. And I'm ready for everyone to see her badassery.
All
Jack
the ladies like they all have like little schnibs and like catch up on life.
Lisa goes,
and they go, how's Jack doing? She goes, health-wise, he's fledgling a little bit. And it's revealed that he had a stomach ache.
And she goes, I was going to come down. I planned I was going to come to Columbia to see him. And he said, Mom, no, don't come. And I'm like, yeah, you're the last person he wants there.
I know, but I was like, he woke up with like a stomach ache. And in her mind, his health is fledgling.
I think she also was like hoping it would soften Bronwyn a little. I think she was trying to win Bronwyn back through sympathy, but Bronwyn's not that person.
She won Mary back.
Yeah.
Mary like comes over and hugs her and is like, I'm praying for you. Like, you're normal to have this reaction. I was like, wow, that's very soft of Mary.
They have like 9 rooms and it's
like a floor. I was liking it.
I like it. I would stay there. So the women are divided. One group goes to a bobblehead museum, which I guess is big in Milwaukee.
Whitney announces several things are on the agenda. First and foremost, that evening they're going to go to a suite at the Bucks game, which is chic. Then she's like, there's a casino, so some of you can go to that. Some of you can come with me to the Bobblehead Museum.
I'd go right to the casino.
I would probably go to the Bobblehead Museum. Just not a gambler.
I love it.
Brittany, so they divide up into a group and they go get ready for their big excursions.
Henji has a 12-pack. She's ripped. She's like Mortal Kombat. She is literally...
She dresses like Mortal Kombat too.
She's kind of Jade from Mortal Kombat.
She is.
Brittany FaceTimes Jared and he rejects. And I just went, oof, Brittany.
To be captured on camera, FaceTiming a man who won't accept your call is a fate worse than death.
Henji comes in and she goes, I heard a blow dryer and I thought... I'm being called, and Bronwyn has glam. And I just had the image, the sensation of getting your hair cut or done by Henji is very soothing to me. I want to feel her and Sean.
I want Sean's like
me.
shears.
Bring those shears over here.
Braun is furious with Lisa because Lisa talks shit about Maylee in the car on the way on the Wendy's date with the girls. And then Braun feels like Lisa tried to shift all the shit talking blame onto her or didn't come to her defense when other people were coming for her. And we get a flashback of Lisa talking about Maylee's like shopping. And Lisa goes, she's about to get blacklisted from Nordstrom for all her returns.
And then she goes, ha 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 ha. Evil. So mean.
That is mean. The rumor about like someone getting blacklisted for returning all their clothes to Nordstrom is such a key player in Housewives lore and history.
It's a key player because it somehow is used to like belittle someone, like either working Trish McAvoy at Nordstrom makeup
or you're
counter.
getting like blacklisted.
Yeah.
Wasn't there another someone or the other that said someone was blacklisted from Louis Vuitton? Was it Jen Shaw who was blacklisted from Louis Vuitton?
Not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was.
She was. Or so they said.
Yeah.
Anyways, I love like Housewives getting blacklisted from retail.
But I love Barlow going, ha ha
Ha ha ha. Isn't that funny?
Isn't that so funny? That's so funny that she's getting blacklisted. I would never get blacklisted.
I buy things. I don't return. Whitney goes to Heather's room and they're back in like 13 cousin vibes.
They say we're buzzing cousin.
And they talk a little bit of shit about Bronwyn, and Heather thinks that Bronwyn is sniveling.
I think Whitney and Heather are at their best in Milwaukee.
Yeah, Milwaukee's a healing place for them. Maybe that's why Whitney ultimately wanted to go there.
I'm like, I want to go to Milwaukee.
I do like sausages.
Me too.
So
We'll do a show there one day.
totally. I'm 100% down.
I want to go have sausage in Milwaukee.
Lisa, Henji, Heather, Brittany, and Mare go to the casino.
Lisa goes, I'm like a Mormon 2.0. I do things. I drink a little. I have some fun. Mormons aren't supposed to drink, not supposed to have caffeine. We're not supposed to watch porn. One time I was on a plane and a teenage boy was sitting next to me and he had his hoodie on the whole time. And I looked over and he was watching porn on his phone the whole time for hours. And I was just imagining Lisa going, disgusting.
Her internal monologue.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
What are you watching? What is that?
What is that he's watching?
Oh my God.
Porn.
He's watching porn.
So she says, you're not supposed to do anything as a Mormon that can be addictive, but if you're not addicted to it and you do it, it's okay. And that, in her mind, is Mormonism 2.0. Mm-hmm. He said, go off, queen. I think Mormons would all agree, as long as you're giving them 10% of your income, they don't give a shit what you really do.
That's true.
The Bobblehead Museum pops the fuck off. The ladies arrive and they're immediately sent on a scavenger hunt.
Whitney goes, this blonde bombshell allegedly had an affair with JFK. And she goes, oh, Marilyn Monroe.
Where is she? And they have to go find the bobbleheads.
I love these obvious things.
I know.
This man was the first man ever. Oh, Adam.
Adam
Where
from
is
Adam and
he?
Eve. Where did he go?
The first couple in history. Adam and Eve, I'd say. Who would you say, Maddie?
I think she would agree.
There you go. Me.
I like this place.
I don't like
I could fuck with the Bobblehead Museum.
I don't like it.
Just seeing bobblehead, of everyone in the world.
Yeah.
Back at the casino, Lisa intervenes on Brittany's phone and texts Jared back on her behalf. And I was like, women need a friend like Lisa.
Yeah, Jared sent him a text going, I don't know why I didn't answer your call. I saw that you called. I didn't answer. And Lisa takes the phone and goes, "It's okay. I'm having such a great time with my girlfriends. We're at the casino. We're having so much fun. Talk later." Thank you.
I'm having the best time with the girls. I don't know what time I'll be in tonight. So ... We will probably talk tomorrow. Thanks, period. And I was like, that is a power text to send.
But you know Brittany's not going to
Brittany
last.
can't do it. I love thanks.
I love Meredith's just at the casino bar cackling.
Heather and Mare chat about what is now known as Caviar Gate, where Whitney asked Meredith to bring caviar, and Meredith bitchily responded that she was already bringing caviar. And she is concerned that now maybe Whitney wants to start a caviar line because she copies everything that she does. And then she gets into the real tea, which is that she says they're saying Whitney is using designs off Alibaba and selling them at like 10, 20 times the price.
She's also apparently using the same photos that are of the designs that are on Alibaba, just not even like trying to change it.
I think this is a business model that lots of celebrities do. Like, I'm pretty sure that Kristen Cavallari at the start of her jewelry company and like lifestyle company,
Uncommon
James bore a lot of resemblance to Alibaba's wares.
I can't believe she and her man broke up.
I know.
Sad.
I can. I mean, I get it.
They were on a real roller coaster.
They really were. I would have loved it to work for them, but she didn't want any more kids and he did. So she had to really do him the favor of breaking up with him.
There's a clip where she's talking to her like best friend who's like that gay hairdresser, and she goes, he wanted kids, and they both start cracking up hysterically. I was like, oh my God.
I love her so much.
She's an essential worker.
She's such like a bitch to men, and
She's
they
a
are
really good
obsessed with
celebrity.
it. And like, she just has them wrapped around her finger.
She's a really good famous person. Mm-hmm. I'll never forget the video when she was like during peak Hills era where she's wasted coming out of like Craig's or something, and she starts putting her hand out and charging money from the paparazzi. Just $20, bitch. You're fucking cheap. And she just, and I was like,
she's funny. She's a clever, clever girl.
also that breakup, her divorce from Jay Cutler was the biggest news of COVID for me. I remember that was like, for some reason, I think everyone was so bored, and celebrity
That it became
news,
like a big.
and celebrity news was so moot at that point that because we didn't have anything, so it was like that was a huge story.
He really darked me out.
Didn't he cheat on her with her like friend?
Oh, did
Remember?
he?
They were like on vacation together.
I can't even really remember because it was such like a dark era. I was
dark.
fuging for a good chunk of that year, but like
He's a
I
fucker.
just remember being like, "You're better than this, Kristen,"
She is.
and she is.
She should be a housewife.
That would be cool. They should recast Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Or they should do Real Housewives of Nashville.
Oh, I forgot. She lives in Nashville.
I think she would be the queen.
Real Housewives of Nashville would slay. Why hasn't that happened? Is anyone working at Bravo? Who clocks in day to day? Why is that not in production now?
There should be. I mean, they need to really focus on like
Tiny
smaller
cities,
tier cities,
smaller markets.
but like Nashville probably has such like a social scene that's like very, everyone knows everyone because it's smaller.
Yeah.
And it has the Southern thing, and it's very like.
But Southerners are really private. Like,
yeah, but Nashville seems like it's a lot of like expatriates are there. You know what I mean? Like it's like Austin. Like a lot of people who aren't from the South have moved there, it seems. I think Kristen would be the number one.
yeah.
Number one on the call sheet.
Heather's face when
She goes,
Meredith invokes Alibaba.
Meredith goes, I mean, this is all out on social media.
I've been in this business for 15 years. I've won multiple design awards. That's good news to me.
Great. Yeah. Cool.
I love that. But she's dealing in like fine jewelry. Whitney's dealing in like Alibaba.
Meredith is also dealing in centuries.
Mm-hmm.
They plan in centuries, not day to day.
Bronwyn reveals that her husband has gout. She goes, he's old and everything is going wrong. Like, I literally fuck a man with gout. Isn't that sick? And Mary's like, she gives like a knowing nod.
She goes,
she knows that life. My grandfather is also my husband. Ex-husband, I should say.
They arrive at the stadium and they get led to, it's very like A Star Is Born. She's like, hi, are you Allie? Come with me. And they walk through to the court while the players are shooting hoops. Warming up. They get to meet people.
I was into this for them. They're taking photos of the players, and there's one photo of Lisa and a player, and she absolutely does not know who that person is.
That would be me. Angie fully wears a Greek flag, Greek sunglasses, is like fully Greek on the court, and everyone's obsessed.
I'm into her just being like
proudly Greek.
Yeah. She gets like in the way of their warm up.
And
she
one guy
bumps
goes like
a player. Maybe that means win. I don't know. Whitney? Wild Rose?
One guy went like, say ambular. Remember?
They get up to the suite.
Where's that actress?
It's a good question.
She was great.
She was good.
She was so great.
Kind of no one popped off from that movie.
Well,
in a weird way.
Jeremy Sisto
did.
He did 6 Feet Under. Alicia Silverstone is.
She's back now.
She was.
But it was a rocky road.
Stacey Dash has
been random.
That guy that was
Brittany Murphy was great and then tragic.
That guy who played
Paul Rudd, I guess he's exploded.
Yeah, he's literally huge. The guy who played
Breckenmeyer.
Yeah.
Where's he at?
The guy who played Stacey Dash's boyfriend was on.
Oh yeah, duh. He was on Scrubs,
and he
actually people did really well. Disregard anything I said.
He's married to Jessica Simpson's BFF.
Are they still married?
Yes.
Happy for them.
What's his name? He's best
Donald
friends with
Faison.
I love him, and the only thing that is a strike against him is that he's best friends with
Zach Braff. I know.
We're going on some tangents.
Mary reveals that she does not use public restrooms, and instead of ever peeing when she's not at home, she uses a supersized tampon, and it stops her from having to pee, which I don't think is a thing. I've definitely had to pee with a supersize in.
She is on another level.
But this is why we need her, is because I need more, like, she needs to do a top shelf into the gloss where she like shares all of her beauty, wellness, health secrets.
Mary's secrets.
Also, like, to wear a tampon when you're not on the rag is like, it's gonna get dry in there, and like extracting it.
But Lara, she's God.
But I would argue if you're God, you don't have to plug your holes.
But God might always be able to be like kind of wet. God, like Jesus, came down and begot a son of mortal woman and was in flesh. So maybe God also has to suffer a little sometimes.
Yeah, in this earthly realm.
So it's just like, sure, I'll have to plug my bladder up.
That's not even where your bladder is. That's your vagina. And the bladder and the urethra is a completely different pipe system.
I know. I'm saying, what is Mary's rationale?
Maybe it just reminds her. She's like, I have a tampon in, so I can't pee.
Mary knows about the reproductive system?
She must have some idea because she did have a son.
No, I know, but like, is that religion so conservative and like...
Mary might think that her vagina is her urethra. I think that's maybe...
Should we ask her?
Yeah.
Should we DM her?
Someone should write in next time she's on Watch What Happens Live and be like, Annie can be like, Susan from New Orleans wants to know, Mary, do you think your vagina is also your urethra?
And she would go,
I have thought that for 50 years. That must be it. Because blocking one won't block the other. Some of us wish it would.
She kind of just slipped it in too, like it was casual.
Things are very casual for her. She's out here doing things casually that no other person would ever dream of. And that's why I like her. So I just want to clarify, but if it's going to stop her from sharing, then I don't want to clarify.
No. I'm like, I'd rather just like, if I were a woman, I'd rather just wear like a diaper than shove a tampon up my pussy.
You would rather like free bleed?
No, not bleeding. I'm talking about Mary's tactic.
Oh, like just for peeing?
Yeah.
I would not want to wear a diaper that I pissed in and then walked around in. Like that seems actually like hell. You would have to then use a public restroom to change your diaper.
I'd rather just piss on the ground.
The splashback is really bad.
Can't she just do like Sigourney Weaver and Copycat when she like puts the toilet paper on the on the seats? Like I've done that before.
I think it's like it's a whole touching. It's like
aerial,
the entrance. The entrance. It's the touching. It's surfaces.
Wear gloves. I'm sorry.
Full hazmat suit. Naomi Campbell on a commercial airline is Mary, but then how are you going to unzip?
Never been in a public restroom.
Maybe something happened to her in a public restroom.
Or I just think she's been exalted to like a deity status and they're like, you don't.
I mean, I get being like, I'm too good for this public restroom.
Who else do you
think
has
a
ever
lot
been
of
in
it,
a
I
public
think
restroom?
many people feel that. Like that's like the push-pull of even having to deal with a public restroom.
When do you think the last time Hillary Clinton was in a public restroom?
Probably recently, but they block it all. They clear the space for her before she goes
You know,
in.
Kamala, remember when they blocked off, when they like
They went into like a hair salon's bathroom.
shit up a storm and then...
See, that's a reason to become high up. And yeah, that's a reason to become at least like the president's wife, is because you get the public restroom cleared.
The only way to get some decency in this world as a woman in public is to become the president.
True.
Right?
Because people are animals. They like don't understand about public restroom like politeness and like how to use one.
Well, see, like when I was always at like a fancy restaurant or something, and there was I'd see the door to the women's room open, and I'd see like an ottoman or like a cushion, like a little daybed or something, and I'd be like, what is going on in there? Because I feel like I always had this idea that women's room was like a saloon.
I wish they were more like that,
a parlor.
But we don't get like parlor vibes anymore.
I used to be like, God,
the only parlor.
I used to be like, I wish I could go in.
I know. Well, you can now. You should just go in. Hey, ladies.
No, when I was a kid, it just always looked. I was like, God, it looks much better in there.
I grew up going to a country club, and then it had like a parlor type of like waiting room for. It's very country club to have like an antechamber in like the ladies' room, like an antechamber, like just like a salon, a gathering with like upholstered sofas and armchairs.
There's a harpist.
That would be outside near the buffet.
A fountain.
That would also be in like the entryway. But like the salon.
You know what? A salon would be really great in a women's room, and like a salon women's room is to have like one of those couches that like are like a circle. You can read. You can like just kind of take a breather from like
or an indoor fire pit.
Mm-hmm.
Like an indoor fire feature.
Just a moment for women to sit down and just be like, I need a break from the ruse.
We should bring back the like salon in the women's restroom.
Where women can chat, they can sort of decompress. They're like, God, it's hell out there. I have to like put on this face.
Every public restroom nowadays, especially in America, is third world vibes. They are not clean.
Well, yeah.
But it's not like that in some other kind. Like Japan keeps their public restrooms locked the fuck in. Yeah. They have like toilets that will like spray you.
Spray your hole.
They encourage a clean hole at all times.
And we should have bidets.
Their restrooms are pristine. Like you go in the airport bathroom, no trash, no splashback, no dirty floors, no toilet paper on the ground.
I guess the only way to get a good, decent...
And you get your hole serviced.
Yeah. I guess the only way to get a decent restroom is to like pay
to own
an exorbitant amount of money to go to Equinox.
Not even then.
But even then...
I've gotten athlete's foot at Equinox. twice.
I hear those bathrooms are a splatter pit.
Equinox?
Yeah.
It's disgusting in there.
No, but those, like, you're in the stall trying to quietly poop and you hear, oh, next door. And it's like that protein.
It's a protein shit.
The
only way.
No decency in this world.
No.
Where's your decency? I feel like I'm an animal everywhere because they're surrounded by splatter.
I'm surrounded by people shitting and splatter in every public restroom I go to. Even in this building, it happened to me just the other day.
Why can't men have a saloon?
Men should have a saloon. We deserve rights. But the only way to get any sort of respect is to, like, sometimes you can't even get respect in your own bathroom unless you buy like a $10,000 Toto toilet.
I want saloon in the men's room because, like, some of us, like, they're like, oh, you're a man, you can go in. They're literally just throwing horse feed at us, and they're like, go in there and shit all, go in there and piss on the floor. It's like some of us. I would like to have a moment of respite in the salon.
I would like to bring back bathroom decorum and decency.
Where's your decency?
That's a platform I'm running on. Is like public restrooms will be clean, they'll be beautiful, and you will feel good, engaging. Every person deserves to feel
Every person
refreshed,
in America deserves to feel
held.
Feel held in the public restroom, no matter who you are, your creed, your
religious beliefs,
whoever you may be. We all are united by the public restroom, and we all piss and shit, and we all need a place to sit on the rotunda couch and decompress together.
And it also deserve a clean space and whole. I know it's hard out there. America, the crumbling country. You cannot get your whole service in a public restroom. Everyone's walking around with dirty holes here.
So Mary
knows it, and that's why she shoves XXL tampons up her snatch every day.
Up in my cooter.
Like a post-menopausal, you're already pretty dry.
Girl, do we know
then to put,
if she's out of menopause? If she's in menopause? We don't know if Mary could be...
She could have fully functioning ovaries. She could bear a child next year.
She could literally be anywhere from the age of 42 to 60.
I'm just saying, from what I've heard about perimenopause and menopause and post-menopause, things start to dry. And the thought of putting an extra large cotton tampon that sucks what little moisture out of your vagina. And then trying to pull that out at the end of the day, it seems like you're going to get an infection.
Well, it's a risk she's willing to take.
You can't be like stressing the walls out that much.
She doesn't want to put her precious cheeks on. It's like Little League baseball field bathroom everywhere. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about.
Gas station bathroom.
Gas station bathroom is almost better than like a park, like Little League bathroom.
Yeah, because you're dealing with little boys that can't
But just that kind of like park bathroom. Where you go in and you're just like, there's just
piss everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Brittany FaceTimes Jared from the suite.
Oh.
She had the upper hand for 3 hours.
Maybe less.
And then gave in.
She got a little
Henji is looking over her shoulder and she sees that she's FaceTiming her and she goes, "Hi, Jared, I know everything about you." And then she turns to Bronwyn and tells her about the brow girl and shows screenshots of Jared telling the brow girl that she tells
Brittany herself. She shows her and Brittany goes, "Really?" She always does that. She goes, Brittany, I really don't think this guy's good for you. My brow girl was like sexting him in the DMs and he's not committed to you. And she goes, "Really?" And she goes, "Yes." And then Brittany goes,
I'll be right back.
So she goes to the salon.
She goes to the salon with Meredith.
Yeah, I was like, why is Meredith back there?
I don't know. Meredith's always like lurking in it. Meredith, I think, is on my level with the restroom of just like inspecting and like seeing what the deal is.
What do you mean?
Just like I could see Meredith like casing the joint, deciding if it's like appropriate to let loose in one or like how often you're going to use it.
Meredith, for some reason, looked 8 feet tall in this moment when she was comforting Brittany. Brittany's in the bathroom.
I think Brittany is small.
And Meredith was like, she had like sort of a drapey.
The blazer.
Bosom.
What I love is that these women are chugging Diet Coke like there's no tomorrow. Next to Henji are like 4 empty cans of Diet Coke.
All Barlow. They're drinking. Some of them are drinking.
Yeah, but I just love the sheer volume of Diet Coke being consumed.
Melee finally steps into her on-screen power and confronts Barlow. She's like, I heard you were talking shit about me in Nordstrom. Mm-hmm. And she goes, what?
That was just a snarky comment. It's not that deep. Lisa.
Barlow, she truly can never say just, I'm sorry I was wrong.
Yeah.
It's like, I get such a kick out of her, but she is so insufferable. Like, I would probably lose my mind if I was around her. She never takes accountability. Not a single time, I think, in the show's history, other than with Meredith.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
It's not that deep. It's like you accuse her of being blacklisted and from like an embarrassing thing. It is deep.
It's kind of funny though.
It's really funny.
I mean, I'll always take Lisa's side over literally anyone. Like even if she murdered someone on camera, I'd be like, it's not that deep. But I agree. She cannot just apologize.
Oh, P.S. I watched more of Selling Sunset.
It sucked you right back in.
There's a recurring theme where they go, do we need to bury some bodies? They keep saying that. Chrishell's aiming for something higher.
What's her end game?
Housewives.
You think she'll get on?
Mm-hmm.
You think you can cross over
or
from
Chelsea,
like, the Netflix universe to the
Real
Bravo?
Housewives of Manhattan Beach.
The
Maybe.
Bravo-verse?
You never know.
Heather eats a lobster corn dog at the game and she goes, I've never had a lobster corn dog. And I was like, you go to Tom Tom and there are lobster corn dogs falling out of the sky. That's just immediately when I hear about a lobster corn dog, I think of Tom Tom.
Oh, you mean Pump Tom Tom? Because now it's
not Tom Tom, sorry.
Schwartz and Sandy's.
Schwartz and Sandy's.
Schwartz and Cindy's.
Schwartz and Cindy's.
That's also very America now.
Schwartz and Sandy's.
Just empty space.
The Schwartz and Sandification of America is upon us. Mm-hmm. First bathrooms, then Schwartz and Sandy's.
They have good bathrooms.
They were okay when I went in. Tom Tom's bathrooms, I've never been in there without like a flood happening. I've never been out there without like there's either like a smell or like water or like
a small lake.
The one time I think I went in the restroom and there was just a piece of wood on top of the toilet instead of the top of the toilet. Their restrooms have been fraught.
Well, we all know about Sir's toilets.
Sir set the precedent. Lisa's like actively working against us in government for like to keep bathrooms bad.
And you would think she's the number one salon.
I know, but secretly she like gets off on just like exposing people in her restaurants to like horrific subhuman bathroom conditions.
A slab of wood.
A slab of wood on top of the toilet.
I would rather go in like an American Airlines bathroom than...
I love an American Airlines bathroom.
I guess...
No, I mean...
I'm usually in coach.
I say that facetiously. Like, no bathroom is great. Even your own will haunt you in ways that you've never known. The only bathroom that's good is a Toto owner's bathroom.
I know my sister has one.
God. To have a clean hole at all times. What's that like? Taryn, show it to me.
Well, it ends with Bronwyn and Heather going at it.
I was bored. By the end, I was
I did like
wrap
Heather's
it up, ladies.
impression of Bronwyn made me cry.
What did she do?
She goes, I'm a straight shooter. Like she talks like she's like this finance, like a Mad Men woman or something. She's like, yes, I love stats. Also, Bronwyn, when they come in the game, she goes, one of my biggest pastimes in life are stats. I went, okay.
Like of players?
Just like math. She's like a math girl because she was in finance.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in finance. She went, I majored in finance and I worked in the San Francisco finance sector for 12 years. And that's where I met my husband.
I
and I was
need
with me and all the boys.
Bronwyn to be more of like a Harper. If she's going to be like the finance girl.
I worked in finance. I worked there for 12 years, just me and all the boys, and I had to leave. And I was just, they always tried to one-up me, and I said, you can't one-up a one-upper. Because I shoot it straight.
After watching Industry, I feel like I work in finance.
Oh, me too.
Like, I'm like, what does the market have to say about this?
I'm Lady Yasmin.
I'm Harper.
Okay.
I'm like, the market doesn't know what it wants.
I'm Petra.
I'm always thinking about the market.
Petra flopped.
She is a flop at the end of the day. She's a flop in wolf's clothing.
Mm-hmm.
You thought that she was going to be somebody, but she doesn't want to insider trade. She doesn't really care about the market. Not like Harper cares about the market.
No, Harper's
first love. Harper's married to the market.
No, Harper's first love is chaos. She is.
But the market.
Apocalyptic. She's like, I am Shiva, destroyer of worlds.
It's anything for the market.
Mm-hmm.
It's market or bust.
That's Bronwyn.
She's a little bit more about math and stats than the market. I would urge her to...
For the love of stats.
I'd urge her to ask herself...
What are you really in this for?
What does the market want today? Is the market ready for you? Are you ready for the market? I'm never not thinking about the market.
It's a good question.
What's the market?
What is the market? Is it good today?
It's just like a general... It's just like the market is everything and nothing, but it's all consuming. It's not just the stock market, the Stark market. It's the entirety. It's the void. And what does it want? What's resonating? Things to think about.
Let's do a shout out to
our girls,
our Milwaukee girls, whose market is always just right. Cuntis, Jacqueline Yvette.
One of the dolls.
Teddy the Schnauzer and Tony and Mango's Colt.
Alex Delisle.
Makeup Fresh.
Obviously.
Emily Vaughn.
Gina Sapienza.
Sarah Elizabeth from Brooklyn.
Lucy from London.
Brooke Johansson.
Lilia Farrell.
Gerd Queen.
Of Brooklyn. Brittany Date Night Waste. Dilly.
From the Beaver Picture.
Jessica Hernandez.
Mazel Tov Lols.
Mary.
Katie Sulin.
Mike Earhart.
Sharon Baum Realtor.
Timothy Shield.
Matthew Thomas.
Owsley Robinson.
Cheeseburger Bay.
Kathy West.
Kit Moore.
Hillary from Chicago.
Orlando.
Patrons of Farts.
Nick Sedaris.
Mr. Brandon.
Ellinger Grace.
Emily.
Kim Lucas.
Drew from Toronto.
Katie the Sup Lawyer.
RJ.
Modern Counseling, McLean, Virginia.
Jeffrey Pradama. Guys, thank you.
Love and light to you, and
come see us at Loose.
Come see it at Loose tonight.
Bye.
Bye.